HPI Racing is back with another addition to the Venture 18 lineup. First we had the Toyota Hilux, then we had the Ultra 4 style Bronco Funhaver. Now we've got the CC, which stands for Competition Crawler. This thing is a far departure from the previous models with an eye on pure performance. Check out the box first, then we'll go over what comes in it. So we got these nice color graphics all throughout on the box here. We've got overviews of a number of the specs and key features on this thing. Doesn't show the colors that it comes in. It comes in two different colors. We have this army green like we've got here on the bench today, and I believe it comes in a gray. Inside the box, we get our technical guide. So this has your parts, diagrams, your exploded views, and all of your parts lists on here. We get some fine print. This is just the guarantee information, I think it is. Quick start guide. Now the full owner's manual is all going to be digital, so you'll access that online. You get a sticker set. You can choose between two different liveries of your choice. I've done one on here, which you'll see shortly. We get your basic tools, T-wrench, USB wall charger. We get this familiar FlySky 6-channel radio. This is a nice radio, feels nice and solid in the hand. You can open up the screen here to access the drag brake on the fly, throttle position, battery type. All your trim, dual rate adjustments are right in here. We've got a number of optional channels, some of which are programmed, some of which are still open. And we get the truck itself. Take a look at the styling. So this was recently leaked at the NERSA event in Las Vegas, and I saw a number of pictures circulating on this truck. Some folks liked the exterior, some folks didn't. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on the exterior. It's a Lexan body. We do have some additional details on here. We've got mirrors, we've got a molded grille insert. The rest of the details are stickered on there. Clear windows, no interior. Try to save weight with this competition focused truck. We've got a cage setup in the rear, tubular design, and we've got a scale looking fuel tank. Wheelbase on this truck is 162 millimeters. It sits nice and low. It's got a really flat and aggressive stance to it. Sits on these brand new tires and wheels. So we've got these beadlock wheels, these plastic beadlocks, 1.3 inch beadlocks, wrapped in these treads tires. These are the Rover tires in extra soft pink compound, and they do feel great. Out of the box, these are some of the best RTR tires that I've felt in a very long time. They've got a really nice, soft, squishy feel to them. The inserts are soft. HPI's done a good job with the tire setup on this. I'm curious to see what size they are actually. Let me see. It doesn't say the height on the tires. Let's take a look. Big tires, I'd say 60, almost 68 millimeter tires on this. They're large. From a competition perspective, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that might hurt you from a competition guideline standpoint, at least as far as class eligibility. Behind those wheels, we've got brass wheel hexes up front. They did not put brass wheel hexes in the rear, which I really appreciate. We've seen some other manufacturers go with the brass hexes to give us that unsprung weight down low, but then they put them on all four corners, which you want that bias in the front, not so much equally spread out. So HPI has done that. They've taken some steps to push that weight forward, that being one of them. Those tires and wheels are mated up to the HPI straight axles on this. So I'm happy to see the straight axles. I like the straight axles on my competition style crawlers, keep that center of gravity down low. The big tires are going to help lift this thing up. All that adds to this really slammed, aggressive profile. Metal ring and pinion gears throughout. We do still utilize bushings in this, which is a bit unfortunate. I was hoping to see bearings. Does come with stainless steel drive shafts, front and rear. You can see in the rear, we also have this high clearance linkage setup. So that combined with the very aggressively angled skid, it's going to give us some great clearance underneath. So the benefits of that angled skid and the high clearance links as you come up against an obstacle, you've got more space there before you bottom out on your links. Servo on axle design up front utilizing HPI's metal geared servo. Steering is adequate. If you were going to seriously comp this thing and go for maximum performance, you definitely want to upgrade that servo. Troubles that I've run into with this, and you'll see in the run footage, that servo and the linkage juts out pretty significantly, and I ran into several instances where I would bottom out on my approach due to the linkage system there. So I'd like to see maybe another iteration, a way to rotate that steering up, maybe pull that servo back, somehow get that linkage out of the way, because that was problematic for me. To open the body, this is similar to other HPI Venture 18 models. You've got this latch in the rear, you just kind of spin it to that, and then it's on a hinge. You flip the body up, and then you can take a look at this all new fully aluminum chassis. So in previous iterations of the Venture 18, we utilized a steel C-channel frame. And so you can see here, vastly different layout on the CC model. This is a unique chassis to this new truck. It is very rigid, very rigid. They've done a good job with this chassis. The chassis gives us a multitude of shock placements, front and rear. So we've got numerous adjustments for your shock placement, which is going to be nice to tune the ride height and customization on this thing. Mounted up to that chassis are these HPI oil-filled shocks, these big bore oil-filled shocks with the aluminum caps. Coilover design with preload adjustment in all four corners. So again, you've got adjustment on the shocks themselves as well as the placement. Suspension action on this felt really good. I did notice severe torque twist on this. So you could benefit from maybe a thicker oil in the rear shocks, maybe manipulate the spring rate or the preload adjustment, but I did see that right off the bat. So the gearbox design in here, you can see same gearbox as the previous model, but we don't have a 2-speed. This is locked in a single speed. There is a half dig function on this, where using the radio, you can disengage the rear wheels. Let's see if I can demonstrate it for you guys. You see I'm in front wheel drive right now. We're gonna have to hit, I think it's channel 3, re-engages the wheels. Now the functionality of a half dig type of setup, I'm not sure of. And I guess in theory, you could probably pin your rear wheel right there and then pivot your way around. I found in practice, not a lot of practicality with that setup. I really would like to see a full dig setup. I don't know how much more R&D or effort it would have taken to get there, but they're moving in the right direction. I like to see the attempt here. We've also got some significant overdrive in the front, so you can see how much faster those front tires are spinning. I can't remember the exact percentage. If I get it in time for this video, I'll put it up here on the screen, but noticeable overdrive in the front. That again is going to give you better turning radius as those front tires spin faster. Also will help marginally with uphill climbs. The motor, so we've got a brushless Outrunner style motor, 3500 kV on this. The electronics combo is basically an unbranded Hobby Wing Mini 24 setup over here and their brushless Outrunner motor, which is great. I mean, that's an excellent ESC and motor combo here. You can see nice and smooth, whisper quiet, excellent electronics on here. You do get that kind of slop in the drivetrain. You can see how many turns that motor makes before the gears catch and it starts to move. That is problematic, especially for a high performance comp crawler. We'd really like to see more of that instantaneous engagement if possible. It has a ton of wheel speed. On 3S, which is what it comes with, you have your 3S pack over here on the other slider. We've got a 360 milliamp 3S LiPo battery that it comes with. It has a ton of power. It almost benefit from a lower kV motor or run it on 2S, which I actually found was my preferred way to run it. 6-channel receiver here, wedged right up against the ESC on the passenger side slider. The electronics are tucked in really nicely on these sliders, which are angled to go with the chassis. They do have this kind of rounded edge here on the outside, which is good because I was afraid they were going to hang up. And testing it indoors, I found that they did in fact hang up pretty significantly on those edges. But happy to say out on the rocks, did not experience any significant hang-ups on those sliders. Also like how the body tucks right into those sliders as well. Gives it a really nice, clean, effective layout here. Let's get into our performance test, starting with the corner weight here. So we've got 55% front, 45% rear with the battery and everything installed. Perfect 50-50 weight distribution, total weight of 526 grams. Onto the setup table, let's try the RTI ramp travel index, see how it flexes. Coming off there, right around 17.5 on the RTI. Let's try the side hill. 35, 45, starting to lift there a little bit. 50, ooh, is a 51 on the side hill. Let's try the vertical. This thing might roll right over my wheel chocks. Let's see. It's 40, 50. Yeah, I could find a better way to secure that. I had to turn this on to utilize the drag brake on this. So speaking of drag brake, we do have adjustable drag brake on the radio. So if you want heavy drag brake, you're going to hit channel 4. Without it, you've got some roll there. If I can see that on the camera. See, there's without it, then click it, a nice solid drag brake there. So you do have that functionality on the fly. Now the vertical, hopefully that drag brake holds. It's 40. It's 50. 55. 60. Say 63 on the vertical. On the rocks with the Venture18 comp crawler, this thing is rad looking. Been seeing some comments on the exterior. I think it's cool, just me though. Some folks hate it, but I think it's cool to have something different. It's like Ninja Turtle-esque to me. Let's go hit the rocks. I'm super excited to see how this thing does. I'm gonna push this thing hard. Right at crawler heaven, we're gonna hit some 10 scale lines, some big boy lines with this thing. I'm really anxious to see how it does. I've been running this for a little while. I'm experiencing a lot of hang-ups in the front with the steering linkage. That's a problem more than I was expecting. That approach angle is kind of spoiled by that steering linkage. This gatekeeper is super tricky. Another thing I'm noticing, I wish I had a 2S battery with me. This thing has so much wheel speed. Feels like the gears could benefit from a lower gear ratio. It's very jumpy. Obviously it's an unbranded Hobbywing system in there, so you get great control out of it. I'm able to navigate this nice and smooth, but I'm having to work the throttle to keep this thing under control because it just has so much punch. Oh, I'm in trouble here. Oh! This is where portal axles are going to have an advantage over this thing, but with the big tires on it, able to navigate it pretty well. The steering servo feels good. More than adequate, I think, for this truck. I'm sliding off to the right here, see if I can save this. Oh! Yeah, I find it unloads, suspension unloads on me and kicks me over. Let me try over here. We'll get into some side hill on this nasty kind of combination of terrain here. We got this foam, rocks, wood. So it's so twitchy. Oh. I'm holding my breath here. I think we're gonna do it. Those Treads tires, doing great. These are some of the best tires I've seen on an RTR or experienced on an RTR. These things hook up really nice. They got a great feel to them. Just like little ruptures. That's what they look like. Is that good breakover getting us through there clean? Nice. I've yet to have a Mini get through Bicycle Bridge since it was redone. So let's give it a shot with the Venture here. that linkage again. I gotta find a good way to get in here. If I go up and over. There we go, we're getting in clean. We're looking for opportunities to utilize that half dig setup too. Maybe we can get that going in here. Oh, I do love how this thing moves. It's all twisted up. Those big soft tires, they do get pinched in holes. It pulls me up like that. Oh, jeez. There we go. I'm gonna try to creep this first. If we have to send it, we will. Oh, look at the bounce. This thing's got so much power. Oh. It's the furthest I've got with any RTRs right here. I get that rear end is pinched right there. Holy moly, this thing's crazy. I don't want to break an axle on the first obstacle either. That front end is right in that hole. Good effort, but Bicycle Bridge remains undefeated when it comes to the minis. So the components feel tough. I've definitely put this in some ugly spots and pushed it more than I was comfortable with, especially with as much power as this thing has. No breakage yet, thankfully, knock on wood. Good break over there. That metal drive shaft and the fortified components give me the confidence to push it a little harder than I normally would. A little bit of cogging there, and I think that's from the high gear ratio. Oh, I thought we were gonna have it there. With that angled skid and the high clearance linkage and everything, I want to see that in practice. That thing's squat right down. Is it going to grab? Yes. Had yet to really find a spot where the half dig has come in handy. I don't know if I can just demonstrate it here. I'm going to try to pin this rear wheel right there. Swung me around there. It's a good example of the wheel speed. Look at that thing. It's so much power. That's one of my favorite spots for the tent scales. Let's see how this thing does. Again, I've yet to have a mini conquer this kind of notch line right here. This is a great testing ground for these. Can get up through a bypass, but I've never had one come up this line right here that I'm trying now. Praising those tires, but then I just can't get it to plant on the line that I want. No, I thought that was it. We're going off to the left again. Bummer. I thought that was going to do it. That was a nice recovery, though. Cool. So you know what? This thing's doing really good on my rocks, but I think I need a second opinion.
Oh my gosh. Oh, dang. Oh. I'm going to try switching on the dig function. I've tried the dig feature here a couple times, but as soon as I switch to it, the truck like loses its brake and just starts going in reverse. And then once we do get into like the dig position, I just can't get it to. I'm going to try locking in the dig. Oh, come on, right at the end. We're gonna save it. Oh, we did it. Okay, that was impressive. That was good. We'll see if we can get it going in reverse. Here's the challenging part. I have a feeling we're not gonna make the ending. Switching to dig. Dang it. Like right here, I would like to use the dig to like kind of turn myself more and pull me up on this ledge. Let's just do it for fun. I think as soon as I hit dig, it's gonna... Okay, actually that worked out better than expected. And then I'm gonna push it again and pull ourselves up. Okay, that worked better than expected. That was good. Back to you, Cape.
Straight off of those familiar Pennsylvania rocks and back on the bench to wrap this up. Final thoughts on the Venture18 CC. I gotta give HPI credit for jumping into the mini crawler market with both feet this year. This is the third iteration of that very capable Venture18 platform. And it's evident they've put a lot of R&D into this and have really tried to push the envelope here. For the most part, I think they've succeeded, and this thing is cool, it's capable, it's fun to drive, it's got a lot of premium parts on it, good grippy tires, solid electronics, capable chassis. Some critical feedback from me, I think it could use some thicker oil in the shocks, particularly in the rear, to help give it a little more damping, keep it a little more composed on the rocks. I'd really like to see a single speed unique transmission for this. I think that would do a couple of things. One, with the reduced gear ratio, I think it would give it more drivability, if that makes sense. I've just felt like with the 3S pack that comes with it, it's very jumpy. And then I also think it would help take out some of that slack that's in the driveline here. But overall, this is a solid and capable truck from HPI. I don't think it feels quite as complete as some of the other higher end RTRs that we've seen lately, but we are going to put all of them head to head in a big time shootout coming up real soon. And the Venture18 CC is certainly going to be a top contender there. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of this new Venture18? And big shout out to Trey at 24Yep for jumping in and helping me with this video. This truck is available to order now. I'll put a link in the description if you want to pick one of them up for yourself. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.